It's about time another chapter gets written. As we return to Supreme, I've done a little bit outside of the scope, and though this might be our weekly television show and not a pay per view, we're still gonna hop in and see what we can come up with. As I'm also trying to build up our youngsters. Oh, yeah, 29's young. Yeah, 27's young. Yeah. As we are also trying to build up our youngsters and give them the opportunity, tonight is a special occasion because Aries and Mickey Star finally have their meeting for the Supreme Wrestling World Championship in the main event tonight. And will collide. Also, we find out tonight if Richie comes back or if the questions continue to persist of what happened to Richie Pangrazio after the U.S. title loss to Burt Selleck a few weeks ago, as Richie has not been seen since then. But both Burt Selleck and his father have tried as they might to draw Richie back to Supreme to no avail. Has been implored by both Burt Selleck, Burt, and his father to return, but tonight we will find out what happens next. Joey, Teddy, Blackjack, Ace McQueen, the Flames will Deadly Gamble will challenge I guess you would say will challenge Team Supreme. Team Supreme in a few weeks. Specifically, Teddy and Joey. Flame. One half of a tag team, Hollywood Mike Kinsey, as Rick Rumble is back. And Rick Rumble is back in action against Mike Kinsey. Sid and Rocky Supreme Wrestling is an animal that always changes. And we are taming the animal. As the champions. Have to have eyes in the back of our head in case one of the rogue animals one of the strays attack and try and get the better of us. I am trying to figure out who's next. You know, the idea for the story with Bert Selleck and the All Star team just popped into my head one day. And honestly, I don't know what's next for the streets. I don't know what's next for Mickey Star. But what I do know is, I know when it'll come. That's what I know. I know when it'll come. And I also know that I'm going to actually go a different route and go the route of giving Sid the day off from tag teaming and letting Dusty team with his dad. I came out of retirement tonight. I came out of retirement to prove a point. And the point that will be proven happens tonight. Will happen tonight when I end Mickey Star. Because Aries came out of retirement. Aries was gone. He was out of commission. But he came back. And he came back to deal with the burden that Mickey Star was still here. I would like to say that maybe he would like to change that. I'm trying to get Powerhouse Patterson back on track because I like having secondary people that I can build around, like Powerhouse Patterson. But, it takes time. It does take time. Deadly Gamble are interrupted by Teddy and Joey, who ask, what happens when the winners are the Flames, not the Gamble? What we're asking is, what happens when the gamble doesn't actually pay off? Highlighting the long history between Aries and Mickey Star. And this is only something specific for television. Obviously, because a video live audience don't doesn't a live audience doesn't see the video. I'm trying to be a step ahead, but no promises if I am or if I'm not going to be. The big picture is I made the choice to Supreme. We've told this story before, and we'll tell this story again. Dropping them on the pre-show. Appears to ask his son to join him, but Bert Selleck appears instead. And it becomes a question of what will it take for Selleck to let it go. I mean, for Coach to let it go. What will it take for Coach to let it go? Doesn't seem like it's that hard. What it would take is for Bert to give his son a rematch. Or for Frank Rock to take the title away from Bert Selleck next week. But that's next week. This is this week. Aries and Mickey Starr. Seen on the ramp, staring back at Mickey Starr following the match. Similarly to how things ended last week on Slamfest, Aries appeared following his match with Perry Fink to stare down Mickey Starr. Now, Hagar appears on the ramp to stare down Mickey Starr. But now we move as the Black Prince, who has not been in action far enough at all, but helps when, or will assist when needed. But now we go back to Frank Rock, who, I mean, did solid for a mid-card, what would be a mid-card match. The build-up, the story, Ryan O'Brien and The Black Prince would have a decent match, it seems. Rick Rumble returns for his first match since losing to Mickey Starr. The Streets. Gotta keep Rocky, you know, gotta keep Rocky performing here and there. Gotta give him the opportunity, As expected, now we gotta figure out what the second half of that group's gonna do because I'm gonna start pulling him away from Team Supreme, I think. I might. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. Either way, one of the things I do know what I want to do is what I said before, and that is build up Powerhouse Patterson as a step below Rick Rumble and Mickey Starr because, you I mean, it's simple. You prove yourself by defeating a guy named Powerhouse. I mean, it's kind of easy to prove yourself in that regard. Setting up our first pay per view match as the build continues. Gotta keep the heels strong. Mickey Starr showing why he's the leader. Setting up the United States title match. And then the main event. As expected. As expected. And the closing segment, as expected. What I will say is, I'm still enjoying it, but I'm enjoying it doing it at my pace. And that is something that I think I need to get used to accepting that sometimes my pace needs to be a little bit quicker. And sometimes my pace needs to move a little bit faster than I'm comfortable with, but I just need to find a second gear. And if I can do that, adapting is something that it's not easy, but when you find the right place to adapt or the right way to adapt, it becomes a little bit easier. With that being said, though, that is it for me, and I hope that you are as excited about the continuation of this story as I am. Let me know down in the comment section below any suggestions, and I will see you in the next one.